If you adopt this strategy, it has the potential to improve the quality of your life in a way that cannot be reversed, and it will do so for as long as you live. What you are going to discover is the secret ranking system that ladies use for guys. It is now one of the greatest myths of all time, and it has thoroughly permeated the minds of so many males on the planet today. It is remarkable how much more self-assured they are. The belief that one is not attractive enough is now one of the greatest myths of all time. The majority of us, when we hear the word attractive, immediately think of someone who has a superior physical appearance. However, attractiveness isn't solely determined by physical appearance, and to understand the hidden rating system that girls use for guys, you would be if you believe you were already very attractive. When most of us hear the word attractive, we immediately think of someone who has a superior physical appearance. You need to have an understanding of the grading system that guys use for girls, since as guys, we tend to primarily focus on a girl's physical beauty. Furthermore, as harsh as it may sound, this is the primary premise that we use to judge whether or not a girl is appealing for men. Although we do care about other characteristics such as making, physical attractiveness is the key factor that we consider when judging girls. Other factors include, to be sure, a female isn't insane. Rather, it's the physical appearance or attractiveness that gets us excited at the end of the day. This is due to the fact that, as males, we employ a system that is nearly totally dependent on physical appearances. You might think that the same strategy applies to women, or that women would use the same system as we do. Both of these are possible lines of thought. Wrong, because men tend to have a more straightforward approach to thinking about things. Consider the fact that men typically only keep 1 or 2 items in the shower, while women typically have 8 to 10. Women, on the other hand, use an entirely different scoring system than men, leading many men to become disheartened. The hidden rating system that girls employ is based more on an individual's overall appearance as opposed to a singular quality, such as their level of physical attractiveness, because the method itself is too intricate. This is the reason why a man like Jeff Bezos, one of the wealthiest men in the world, may end up with his wife leaving him. At the same time, you might have people who, according to society's expectations, are complete losers, ending up with exceptionally beautiful women because, consider a millionaire who is shy and lacking self-confidence on the inside to have scored a total of 1,000,000 points. If you were to compare this guy to someone who is bankrupt, but has a lot of confidence, assertiveness, and a high social standing in his circle, you would see that most girls would consider the bankrupt guy to have a higher overall score or to be more appealing than the millionaire guys can tell. This is because the bankrupt guy has a lot of confidence, assertiveness, and a high social standing in his circle. Whether a girl is attracted to them practically instantly when they glance at her, usually within a second or two. So when we consider how attractive we are to ladies, we often assume that it all comes down to one thing, such as our physical beauty or good looks. Whether a girl is attracted to them practically instantly when they glance at her, usually within a second or two. Rating systems kept a secret from girls. If, on the other hand, one looks at a man's total score and ranks it from highest to lowest, intangible qualities like assertiveness, confidence, and power are rewarded in addition to the attributes. You won't be able to see how external factors like money, the car you drive, the house you live in, and the clothes you wear all contribute to your overall score until after you have met the individual. However, regardless of how vital they are, they will never be nearly as significant as intangible qualities or capabilities. When we were in high school, how many of us knew 1 or 2 of the party males who were physically unattractive, but were seen as having a high social position because they were always hosting parties, and because of who they knew, girls had a tendency to give them a higher total score when they combined some of their other positive characteristics. However, it becomes more intriguing when you realize that every female has a slightly different method of ranking men and women. If this is the case, then in situations where physical appearances are not significant, they may be the most significant feature for one female, but not for another. For example, some young women may not care about their financial situation or their appearance, and instead place a higher value on furthering their education, or they may give the highest possible score to their level of confidence. If a man wants to win in this system, all he needs to do is show a woman that he has a better overall score than she does. However, it is important to remember that as humans, we look for partners who we believe to be within our reach. This is because it is common knowledge that men prefer to date down, while women prefer to date up. Because of this, we generally choose people who have scores that are comparable to our own. As a result, it is advisable to steer clear of people who are either extremely high or extremely low in the ranking system in comparison to your own score. What does this imply for men who aren't particularly physically attractive or who are considered by the vast majority of women to be average? This means that you need to work on improving your score, and with that, I would want to say thank you for listening in, and I hope to see you again soon.